Yes, this is A1. I am Troy Siple. Thank you so much for eavesdropping this week. This week I got a really amazing guy. One of one. It was a really good talk. We explored some ideas. Gotta get him back here. I was having a bad day that day. So, not my best, but he brings the heat. My man. Fenris. So, like, how did comedy find you?
Total accident.
Yeah.
I just started playing the ukulele and I would go to open mics, and not even comedy open mics.
Yeah.
Just regular open. Like I came up more through music.
Premiano was telling me
Yeah,
what
and then
you
it was,
play on ukulele.
Yeah.
Specifically, by the way. But
yeah, and then it was, oh, hey, do you want to, the bars I'd be at, they'd be like, oh, do you want to come do a comedy show? And then it was, hey, do you want to put something together with this open date? I'm just, oh, okay, and you're making it up as you go. And even though I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah, just go,
Yeah, so I'd never even thought about being into comedy. Just the songs were funny, and then I just kept getting booked and putting them on. So,
did you grow up with like who?
Oh,
were
sure,
you?
yeah.
What was your shit?
I mean, back when,
of course, yeah.
I mean, you're talking like the George Carlin era of all those HBO specials and
Prior on the Sunset
Pryor and Bill Hicks and I mean all those
fucking
ones.
Hicks, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like now where you can find whatever you want, and it's what was available to me.
Yeah. It's fucked up, but like
I wasn't a Saturday Night Live person, but I loved Mad TV and and Living Color. Like the State was a great sketch comedy show.
Yeah. And look what they've fucking done since.
A lot of great people came out of that stuff. So.
Hell yeah. Those guys, some of the guys close to being billionaires. At least the main three guys. They wrote like Night at the Museum eventually. Garant and fucking Lieutenant Dangle. That's all I can. You know, that's amazing.
It was a lot. Like I said, I never was into Saturday Night Live for whatever. It it wasn't like I don't like. It was just It's when you're that age. It's not like we didn't have the internet. It's just what comes in your hemisphere more or less. Yeah.
Were your parents like big into like? Did they put you onto that?
No, it was my parents were working, so it's just whatever we could find on TV and whatever you could rent from Hollywood Video.
Exactly. So
and then another thing when I got into is when I could discover the library. Like I could get like all the CDs of so I would listen to all kinds of stuff that I'd never heard of and
expose you.
There's people listening to Rodney Dangerfield, like full on comedy albums. You're like, holy cow, this guy just boom, 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 boom.
He's such a fire.
You know what I mean? Because like you always knew the jokes, but like actually listening to a whole thing put together was great. Like, man,
he's amazing. And didn't like it gives me hope because he didn't like actually blow up really until after his 40, you know.
He was older. He was one of those just traveling dudes who did it forever and ever,
and then was like a salesman.
I think he quit on and off, and then when he finally blew up, he was way older. But you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, did he blow up? Was it the movies first, or was it?
I'm trying to. I'm sure it was.
I don't know the timeline. Yeah, but I mean, being in those movies,
man,
had to friggin'
classics. So many, I can't even. You know, it's not even worth listening. But
yeah, Google that shit yourself, bitches.
Yeah, you got that.
Can I say bitches on here?
Absolutely.
Okay,
you can say anything you want.
I didn't know if you had a lot of bitches as your listenership.
Nah, I don't want to
offend any of your bitches.
No, if you are, then stop listening. Yeah. How about that?
So if you're listening right now, that means you're cool and you ain't a bitch.
Yeah, that's called a bitch filter. Yeah.
But if you're not listening, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
So
but
I'm assuming there's a lot of bitches out there.
Then stop. If you have a problem, then stop. Yeah. I love it. Comedy. So
this is the gold we're creating.
Yeah.
2 minutes of just calling all your listeners bitches.
I'm for it. No. You know who you are. No.
At least I'm being less racist than Premiano.
Yeah.
He hit the quota for that one last. I listened to it, so I was like, okay, I'll just be misogynistic.
Yeah, that's a hot one. Yeah, I love it. I love that guy. I love that guy.
Yeah, I've known him a long time, and he's fun.
Yeah. So speaking of, you were started. Before we derailed into whatever.
Well, there'll be a lot of that.
That's how it goes. I love it. But you went up on stage with the fucking ukulele.
Yeah, because it started, it would just be, like, it was a little dollar store ukulele.
Yeah.
That we'd be drinking and having parties, and we'd just play it. We'd sit there and freestyle songs and just make each other laugh. And then it started like, I would actually have some stuff written. So there's like, let's go to open mics, and it just snowballed from there.
Yeah. And how long, do you remember when that was? Like the first
February will be 15 years for me.
Okay. But you've also been hosting and running a mic.
I've definitely in the last 5 years shifted more to producing and hosting events than actually worrying about playing. And
yeah. It's a look, right?
Yeah. Well, I still I don't play shows as much as but when I get to do them now, they're fun again. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's not the grind to it. It's like, I'm doing
the pressure as much.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to put together a set, and it's usually not a show I'm running, so it's like, I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, and not everybody has to just go for the thing.
Yeah, but I've done it long enough. I was like,
comedy. You know what I mean? Just being around it is. And
I have just as much fun producing and hosting the show as I would if I was just doing a 15-minute set. Yeah.
Which was, so that's been running 8 years, you were saying?
Yeah.
We should say, for the people.
Every Wednesday at Bar 13, the Comedy Night Open Mic.
Wilmington, Delaware.
We'll be there 8 years at the end of August.
That's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I've been there. It's still like I said, it's still my profile pic from the one time I went down.
Well, you can take good pics. That's what I tell them. I was like, with ours, I was like, yeah, we have a real stage and lights, so you can actually get good pics and videos of that actually look like you're not standing next in some corner of a bar.
Yeah.
Next to a table with a dude eating mozzarella sticks going, what the hell is this?
Yeah. You know what I mean? No, it's fantastic.
It's an actual room.
The room. Yeah, exactly. I love the dark, like color.
Well,
nice colors on stage, but like the dark, dingy, like that's how
all shows should be.
It's like a punk rock, like,
I mean, because the crowd will get more into it if they're not broiling under lights. You know what I mean? You want dark.
Yeah. You don't want to see each other. You want to see the performer. But anyway, we're getting into the weeds.
That's okay.
Fucking 8 years ago. So how did that come about?
Just when the new owners bought the bar at the beginning of that year, I had already started doing burlesque shows for them.
That's amazing.
So we were not even the 6 months into owning it. They're like, hey, would you want to? They've had an open mic.
So
but it wasn't great. So he offered it to me.
Let's talk about that. How does one fucking organize a burlesque show? That's fucking interesting.
I mean, I've been doing them for almost a decade now, so I just come up with weird ideas.
Yeah.
Or themes that that haven't been done a million times.
Yeah.
And I know enough people at this point, so it's just, hey, who wants to come do this? And it's and
it just comes together. That's fucking
like we just did awesome. This year we did Father's Day weekend. I did Daddy Issues, which was a 70s classic rock theme burlesque. And then earlier we did Naughty Nickelodeon. So it was all just taking characters and we're just doing wacky things with them. We slimed a lady at the end. It was a good time.
That's awesome. I love it.
And then, so the rest of
so you're still doing shit like that.
Yeah. So
hell yeah.
I don't have any more, but then I have the last 3 months. I have October.
Yeah.
I'm doing Skalloween, which is all Halloween mixed with ska music.
Yeah, sure.
The night before Thanksgiving, I do a show. We've done it the last couple of years. It's called The Worst Burlesque Show Ever.
Yeah.
And the whole theme of the show is I pick everybody's themes and costumes and tell them what to do.
Hell yeah.
Last year we had the finale. We did the song Alice's Restaurant. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
The 18-minute old folk song.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So we had the girl who just sat at the front of the stage topless holding an acoustic guitar and just lip sync the entire song. And then the rest of the cast was behind her just acting out so she didn't see anything. Yeah. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, what the hell am I going to do? Like, because I set up like the side of the stage. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do for this whole fucking thing. Should I stay up there? But then I came up with the idea. I was like, it's Thanksgiving Day. So I bought a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
And I sat on stage on the side and just ate a whole rotisserie chicken. That's part of
that shit is, who can't? I can't knock.
I can't lie. I timed my gummies perfectly too. So I got a nice little buzz. I was like, and I just munched it. And then there's like, and then it turned into people in the crowd wanted chicken, so I'm whipping chicken. Yeah. So the girl singing the song "Can't See Anything Behind Us." Afterwards, she's like, yeah, all I saw was chicken flying past my head the whole time.
That's amazing. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that show I had one girl dress up as Franklin Delano Roosevelt and crip walk to the B-52s.
What B? I'm
Rock Lobster.
Thank you.
She was FDR Rock Lobster.
Yes, fuck yeah.
I had a Kermit and Miss Piggy do a duet to a Rainbow Connection. What the hell else was on there? I forget.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was just me picking dumb things.
Amazing.
And they're like, well, I don't want to do that. It's like, well, then you're not on the show.
Yeah.
This is the theme.
This is what we're doing. Yeah. That's amazing, dude. I love it.
Yeah, and then in December, I always do a Kinky Christmas. So this will be the 9th annual one. So that's like the annual show we always do.
Yeah.
A banger. From the start. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing, dude.
Because Christmas, there's always new things you can find. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like last year, for the first time, I had
something will come.
I had Dominic the Christmas Donkey is one of the ads. So I had a lady act as a donkey, and then at the end we played Pin the Tail on the Donkey with her. We got some ladies out of the crowd, and they all got it right in the ass crack.
That's amazing. That's fucking.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you signed up for it. Yeah. No, that sounds fun, dude. Yeah. But the comedy open mic, that's amazing. Yeah, but
well, that's the fun about that bar is it's a very much a variety bar as far as entertainment.
Which means
you can go one night it's comedy, then they have the karaoke, then
so
they have all the different metal and punk things that come through. They have all the dance stuff. They have all the burlesque and stuff, drag. So it's never the same thing every weekend.
And the owners,
that's great for me.
Open-minded enough to know that that's what's bringing the people in.
So the next thing we're doing in mid-August, the 19th, is we're doing a Jello wrestling show.
Nice, yeah.
So that was like always been like a dream thing to put together, but like, so we're gonna have like it'll be pro wrestling stuff. So we're gonna have big entrances and music and the ring announcers and shit talking and blah. You know what I mean? So it'll be fun.
Yeah. It's like you produce like a live event, like I produce a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like you think about how it's gonna go. You put the music here, there. It's fucking same shit. That's awesome, dude. So, So the open mic at Bar 13. Let's talk about that a little bit. Like you've met. You've met a lot of people have know you through that.
Yeah, that's. They would have to at this point because I don't go to anything else. Yeah. It's just one of the, I did forever where you're out every night going to some open mic and you just got to the point where it's like I'm doing my own thing. I'm out 2-3 nights a week. It's like I don't need when I don't have to go anywhere. I don't want to anymore.
Right. Yeah. So you started your own show. Like,
and I tell people, I was like, people are like, oh, you don't go out and play anymore. I was like, motherfucker, you get to 15 years of this. You'll probably say I've had enough. I was like, It's like I'm still out and doing stuff, but now it's just doing my stuff and
doing it on your terms. Yeah, man.
Hey, everybody can do their own thing. I have nothing against it. It's like I just don't feel like going out all the time.
Yeah. You did a thing called fucking. Yeah, you did a thing called.
I'm waiting to see what you're going to say. I have no idea. He's hemming and hawing hard on this one.
Fenris Filthiest.
Oh yes, we did that last month. Yeah, because we did it last.
Nailed it.
Oh, it was great. I had a good old time. No, last year I was given a date. It was one of those some tour was canceled. He's like, it was in 2 weeks. He's like, hey, do you want this Friday? Yeah. Can you do something with it? I was like, oh, sure, we'll just do something comedy. Mm-hmm. And it's right in the middle of the Phillies funny season. And then we were just literally after the open mic, just all drinking by the pool table. And I was like, fuck it, we're just going to do our own comedy contest. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was just booked and conceived and all that, just done in like super duper quick.
Yeah.
So when then we brought it back, it was popular, so we brought it back this year. I was like, okay, here's all the things I need to fix because my bad. So it ran a lot smoother, and I was super happy with it. We had good turnout.
Like you do it once, and then you figure out how to rejigger it.
Yeah. Well, it's how to form because like I normally would never put an intermission in a comedy show. But I was like, but I need one for this one because I need to be able to try and do some feature show where I'm collecting votes just as.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're going to take our break and then we'll have a feature set, which was all last year's winners.
Mm-hmm. Otis.
It was Otis, Tiny, and Dan DePriel were my top 3. So Otis hosted it and they did feature set. And that way I had time to count the ballots and we just did the thing.
And you have some scheduled killers for the show.
Like, they won last year, so you better fucking like them.
Yeah, exactly. Is the whole point. Is scheduled killers, Otis is coming on this month.
Okay, nice.
Dan's coming soon enough. I met him a couple of weeks ago at a mic.
I haven't seen him too much lately. He used to be around more.
He's fucking awesome, dude.
He's a fucking idiot. Don't. He won't listen to this.
I'm paid by Pfizer to say that I love anyway. No.
I can say whatever I want about Dan DePriel. He's never gonna fucking listen to this. What's he gonna do? Wipe all the fucking cheated off his fingers just so he could punch it up on his computer? It's not gonna fucking happen. Fuck you, Dan DePriel. Don't ever say anything about it. Let's just see if he ever gets back to him.
I will not. He's a fucking lovely dude. And that shows, that's love right there, That's a comic's love. That's the dark hole in the center.
I've known him forever, too.
Yeah, fucking course, Yeah, no. How the fuck, what? I don't know. Shit. Met him and Premiano. We were talking about at a mic. Man, like the scene is like there's a lot of comedy in not just Philly right now. There's a lot going on, and your mic is a big part of that, and so I appreciate that, having that there. Like that's fucking.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Philly anymore. I don't.
Yeah, you don't even get
pay attention.
You've done Philly's Funniest before?
I have not.
You've never done it? Okay.
It's one of those that always comes up every year. It's like, oh, I'd love to do it just one time, just to say I did it. But it's
I'm surprised. That's
but it's one of those things where I always have like a dozen projects I'm working on as far as shows.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because I'm right now working on everything through the end of the year, and we're already starting to map out next year. So it's just like, I don't need to add this thing that's not going to do any fucking thing for me.
Sure.
You know, I was like pay to fucking drive into the city.
If you had time. Yeah.
But it always comes up and I'm always like, fuck it, maybe another time. So probably never.
Yeah. And then there was Otis and Tiny.
Tiny was my winner last year.
I think I saw her at the mic.
She comes. She's out of
she's talking about like Johns and shit.
She what?
Her stand up. She's talking about like Johns and shit.
What do you mean?
Like work. There was a.
Probably, yeah.
I don't want to pin that on her. That's not her, but there's.
She didn't use those words.
Yes, I know. I'm being very polite.
She was like, "Sir, will you be my John?
Yeah.
Would you like to exchange some currency for a sexual favor?"
Name, John.
Everybody's like, "I'll suck your dick for $20, motherfucker."
All right, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Bingo.
Didn't mean to give your bit away, Tiny.
I didn't either. Yeah, no.
Well, that sounds like something she would say.
She's fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's a firecracker.
I talked to her outside,
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
Because she was at the competition this year. And she just had a good time.
And that's the thing about you, Mike. That also facilitating a hang like with comics and shit. Yeah. That's big, dude.
Yeah,
it's fucking huge.
Because you get the same people who want to come every fucking week, and because then because I'll be outside, we'll be drinking and smoking, and then I hear all the stories about how everything else is run and it stinks. I'm like, well, just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess.
Yeah, keep it going, man. Full steam. So, like, you're into gaming?
Not really.
I
was younger, but
I
love arcade, but I don't buy nothing current anymore. I bought a Switch a year or two ago, and I played through the Zelda game. That took me a goddamn year to get through because I remember all last summer, I was into it through the winter, and then the summer came, and I just never picked it up for months. Yeah, but when I play, like I said, I like to plug in a plug and play with arcade games and just dick around and.
Like I've
nothing like I have to get back to this quest tomorrow. It's
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like
if I put that thing
schedule.
in once or twice a fucking year, you know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna get. It'll be when it's like rainy outside and I can't sit outside. Just shit. Like fuck, I'm just gonna get drunk and play video games. Yeah. Sit there. I got my cat tree full of fucking drinks.
Cat tree of drinks. I love that.
I do. It sits right there. Like I'm like, well, fuck it. They don't use this middle one anyway. They fight over the top, the two cats, but that's it. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I'm not like a super gamer. I brought that up because we were talking about like because I have this fucking. I wish this was video. This Miss Pac-Man machine we were talking about something.
Yeah, the old arcade games, man, they're the best.
It's like a sentimental.
Yeah, but
like,
they're the games that you can just pick up and play, and who gives a shit.
Easy, But I will play like I do have like Xbox 360.
Okay.
I play like basically 2-3 games like FIFA, soccer, but less rarely. But Skyrim and GTA.
Okay.
Whatever the last one was.
I was GTA
I just like
3,
the open world shit.
And I think I played some of the Vice City,
3,
but nothing after that. 3 was the one that everybody was just because when that came out, it was just like, wait, we could just. I can literally go fuck a hooker, then kill her and get the money back. This is the great game ever.
Yeah. I'm still dreaming that live. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
You could play that game for hours and never do anything.
I mean, I haven't played it for months, but like, I'm saying those are the games I'm playing.
Yeah,
that's
they were.
But Skyrim too.
Yeah, back like when the
open
PlayStation 2 and Xbox and GameCube, like I was big into gaming then. All that shit.
Yeah,
when
I
think that was like the last time where it was. Yeah, I mean, what was that? The early 2000s, right?
Exactly, same for me. Yeah, because I'm 40.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm 42, so close enough.
Yeah. So, like, but that whole wave is like crazy, right? With all these kids, like they all know, like
it's just such a different world of it, and it's different culture that like
I can't keep up, dude.
Passed me by. Like I don't get the watching people play video games.
No, the whole Twitch shit. Yeah. I guess if
you're into it, I don't care, but I'm just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not for me. There's no content adding to my life that I can't find outside of that. Yeah,
but everyone's got to be into something, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess like if there's some lost
someone need to get these fucking kids drugs, man.
Stop,
Stop watching people play Minecraft, dude.
Adderall.
Yeah, no, not those dumb pharma drugs. Get the fucking street shit.
No, some straight Molly. Yeah. Let's give
Give me some fucking Molly, and I'll watch you play Minecraft.
If I have one message,
maybe they are on
podcast.
Shit.
I want kids on Molly.
Yeah, maybe they're all on hallucinogenics, just fucking watching people.
Yeah, I mean, this shit is wild.
This Sanj the Hedgehog 3 speed runs nuts.
Yo, I'm candy flipping, dog. I ain't never seen Skyrim look like this.
I don't even
know. That's funny. Candy flipping?
I'm trying to say what the fuck is Skyrim? Is that
that's like
role playing fantasy kind of
fantasy, magic and weapons.
Kind of like World of Worlds where you just endlessly level up.
Yeah, exactly.
Be the coolest fucking loser.
Yeah. I don't play like online or anything. Yeah, I just like bashing shit sometimes.
I murdered this game just so I could get this sword that makes the same game easier that I already beat.
I don't get that. And then you're just gonna go on. You're just gonna put your like headset on when you go on to play, or not you, but fucking just talk shit. What is that? It's just jerking off into the ether.
Yeah,
dude.
then when you're like working towards something, I'm gonna get this cool diamond helmet, and you just work for it and work for it, and then you get this fucking helmet in this stupid game, and then you're just like, now what?
My life has changed forever. Yeah,
like, I thought this was gonna make me happy. It just made me sadder.
Write this.
I worked all this time for this fucking nothing.
Yeah. Write in my diary tonight. Got the gold helmet.
If you're gonna waste your time, go to a comedy open mic every week.
Yeah.
Do 5 minutes of shitty jokes while people look at you. You can feel just as shitty, but it's cheaper. Half the time. You don't need the +12 sword.
Yeah. Come on down. All takers are welcome.
Right.
Who's like the wildest? Well, I know two, but we don't. If you don't.
No, name names. Who we want to shit talk?
The L lady and
the L lady.
I don't know why Premiano was so
Who's
focused
the L lady?
Oh, the couple, the older
Roger
couple?
and Linda.
Yeah, them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
I haven't seen them forever.
I ended it all.
They got kicked out of. They got kicked out of my place for not following all the COVID rules with the masks.
So what's the story with that?
Well, it's back when it was. Obviously, it was stupid because you can't get COVID when you're sitting down. So you could take your mask off, but when you got up, so she would just walk around endlessly. We're like Linda, and you told Rogers like she has to wear a mask. We all think it's fucking stupid, but it's the rules, and we're not trying to get shut down because we're one of the few places open.
It's the rules.
And like he just and like I said something to him one time, and then I watched in the next half hour. She got up like multiple times just walking around, and I said, "Yep, you got to go."
What was their stand up like?
It
was a dude,
two of them together, and he tells these corny jokes, and she tells corny jokes, but she's definitely has some kind of dementia or something at this point.
Not always on the same page. She's the message.
Because I've known them for like over a decade, and she used to be a little bit sharper, and she just seems way out of it. It's getting to the point where sometimes it's funny, and then sometimes you're like, oh man, just let this lady stay the fuck home, dude. Yeah. You're like, I don't think she wants to be in any of this shit.
Yeah. It's better for everybody.
They're. I guarantee you they don't know what a podcast is. So. Fuck you too, Roger. Fuck you, Linda. Yo, Roger, this one time, he had this idea. He's like, oh, I want to get on this website called Gig Salad. One of those websites where everyone puts their profile up and they think they'll get booked out. I don't know who uses these things, but he's like, yeah, I'm not real good on the computer, so I think I'm gonna go to like a high school, like park outside the high school and ask one of the kids to come over and set up my Gig Salad account. We're like, that's the worst idea ever. Like, you're going to go pick up a high school kid to set up a Gig Salad profile.
Fucking moron.
we're like, no, don't do any of that.
Yeah. What's wrong?
It's a hard stop, right? I'm gonna go hang outside of a high school to find a kid to make me a website.
Are you crazy? Well, I'm not. Well, I'm not the one to determine that.
I should have been like, yeah, definitely do that. There's nothing wring with this plan at all.
That's insane.
Hang outside of a high school.
Wild.
Hey, kids, do you like comedy?
Yeah.
Do you like the internet?
Join me.
Do you want to make $15?
Yeah, hop in. Fuck it. Yeah, that's
and
not
then I guess
you
would have to go back like every week to get a different high school kid to check the fucking
it never ends.
The email to see all the gigs rolling in.
It never ends. The grind. Oh shit. Who's like who are the best, do you think? Some of the best comics to come out of your mic, like that you saw like grow. Who like
Otis is one for sure. You start like Rob Stant, he's blowing up. He's doing all kinds of shit. He used to be like a regular when he was first starting. Now, I'm trying to think who's really. I mean, so many of them. It's like you get to see them when it's over years. Yeah, I'm like, you're like, man, you're from 6 months ago to now. Like you can see when they're up there and they're just kind of trying to figure it out. And then like when that's like it'll be like a switch where all of a sudden they'll get it. They're like, oh. Yeah. Here's how I put all the ideas together, and here's how I string them together, and here's how I say them in a way that's understandable. And a punch hits, and whatever, you know what I mean?
Find it.
Like it's like a light switch that goes on for someone. Like, oh,
it's beautiful to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, there's times they'll come in and they'll have like 3 or 4 weeks in a row where they're nailed. It's like, oh yeah, there's something clicked with them. Yeah, they found their voice, whatever that might be, or their style. And there's no way to do that except just doing it until something clicks and
repetition.
You'll do something once and you're like, oh, this way I do this works. So then you just start adding. You're like, oh, fuck it, I can just do this. And
yeah. Sometimes I get like caught up. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to go. They heard that joke already, but like you're going to do it. Like it's mostly comics. You're doing it anyway. Like, bro, just do the fucking thing. You know.
It's you can go back and forth on that.
You've heard so many jokes over and over and over and over.
But you got to. It's an open mic. It doesn't matter. Do whatever. If you want to keep working on something, keep working.
That's
on
the
something.
Workout.
If you want to do something new, do something. Yeah. If you said, "Fuck, I haven't been on stage in a couple weeks. I just want to go rip through 5 minutes of my shit just to get just to knock a little rust off. It's whatever you want to do at the time. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Just don't run the clock because I don't want to go drink and
Just don't run the light. Yeah, right, exactly.
I'm trying to get through you motherfuckers as quick as possible.
You got a life too. Yeah. It's not all facilitated.
It's just because it's just me running that. Like I'm just sit there behind my sound booth. I'm hosting.
Yeah.
So it's not like I can go hang outside for half an hour. And you know what I mean? Like, so if it's 2, 3, some 4 hours of just,
no
matter how good fucking the comedy might
You've
be,
seen
you're just
kind
of like
stand up. Bro. Yeah. And
that's why I try to keep it moving because once you get that hour and a half, 2 hour mark, if people are there watching, they're just going to start peeling.
Plow through, yeah. And that's when I did it. Was like
it's always going to happen, regardless.
So I just kind of I stopped.
So that's why I try
my material, even
that's why I just try and keep it moving as much as possible.
I think I did like a Larry David style, like stare down with the room to see how uncomfortable they could be. If I recall, but it would just be silence on the recording that I have.
Fuck it.
No, it's a fucking amazing mic, but like that does happen, you know what I mean? And it's different every week, obviously.
Yeah, every week has like its own energy. Sometimes it's just dead silence, no matter for everybody. Nobody can, the room just never gets going, and then there's other times it's just ripping and roaring right from the start. It just.
But
there's times where it's killing, and then like I see like a group of people like, oh no, here's some.
I think
junk.
Do your shit either way.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I tell people, I don't have any quality controls. I put the piece of paper out.
Yeah.
People sign up, and then I read those names. It is whatever the fuck it's going to
be.
Right
on, brother. Yeah. It is what it is.
There's no features. You're just the host. Or nothing else. It is what it is.
Oh, shit. So what are you into, like movie wise?
I am a reader. So like I said, my backyard, and I just read history books, all kinds of shit I find.
Yeah?
And, like
what are you reading right now?
I'm reading books. It's interviews with authors who wrote famous historical books. So it's a lot of presidents. There's like a chapter on I just read last night, Martin Luther King. It's about they find like the authors who wrote like the pinnacles of like the guy who did this guy who did Martin Luther King. I forget his name. I think he had like a 3-volume. 3,000-page thing on just the civil rights movement. So like he's like the expert. So they try and find like people like that. So that's what I'm reading now.
And it's like
my buddy gave it to me.
It's about them themselves.
Well, it's them interviewing. There's the guy who did it because they did these interviews in the Congress Hall, whatever, the Congress Library. They do these big things.
Yeah.
It was like, and then he basically took all those transcripts and put them into a book as well.
That's sick. So history.
Yeah, so it's famous authors talking about like famous subjects that they've written about.
Yeah.
Because even like the most famous authors, famous historians, like who've been around forever, some of them are only known for a few things. Like they really focus on, like the guy who wrote about Lyndon Johnson, LBJ. He's been writing about this guy for 40 fucking years. He's like working on his 5th or his 6th volume of it. Like, but each volume is very much contained.
Amazing, man.
Yeah, he's like, so the one he's working on now, he's like, this one's strictly on all the Vietnam stuff all the Vietnam choices.
Very
he made.
Focused.
And then there's another one who might just be about like LBJ and all the civil rights movement. Yeah, he's the one who pushed that shit through.
Yeah. Dude, that's wild.
Which is crazy because he was a fucking Texas goddamn senator and everything. Yeah, he's the one who pushed he's the one who pushed all the civil rights shit through.
Yeah. I mean,
it was Kennedy's baby, but
never know.
He didn't get shit done.
Yeah.
Except fucking his head going.
I mean,
he ruined that bitch's dress too.
It's history. That's what are you gonna do?
Because
it's wild, man.
Yeah, because they were both there when he got shot.
Yes.
So he got fucking. If you ever see the pictures, he's sworn in with her next to him, still wearing the dress with freaking blood stains on it. It's wild. Right.
Yeah.
That was one of the things they talked about, like why, like
the emergency. Yeah.
Well, because they got him into Air Force One, and they took it right then and there, and she was there, and
that's what you do.
And they had to fight with the local authorities about taking his body home. They wouldn't let him take the body. They're like, no, it's a crime. They're like, no,
there's a lot of weird.
I'm the fucking president. Because she wasn't gonna leave and go back with him until the body was like, well, she's not leaving. Then we're not leaving. get this fucking pod.
Yeah. We out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, man. History. I appreciate it way more than when I was in actual school.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's fucking, I could listen to it all day. Like, anything, you know, historical nowadays. But you know,
yeah.
As a teenager, I didn't give a fuck about.
It was definitely
anything,
like a pandemic thing where it's like that's where I got into it then.
Yeah,
like, I just
need to fill some space.
It was like I don't want to watch anything of this shit anymore. You know what I mean? You got so tired of everything so quick.
Out. Yeah. It's easy to drop out of the shit easily.
So that's like when I'm home, that's what I spend my nights doing. Especially like spring when it's nice out. I can set up my backyard bar. I get some cigars, my drinks. Got my book, like this little snack mix, a bar mix. My cats are and I'll just sit there and read for hours until I get too fucked up to read.
I love it.
When the words are like, what?
I have a problem with drinking.
Get to the point. You're like, and then you're like, and I'll recognize it. Like, I've read the same page like 8 times. I'm done
and
for
then
the night.
you lose it. Yeah.
And then, at that point, I'm fucked up. It's like, where's my phone? Let me tell all my exes what I really think about them.
Yeah. How do I destroy someone's life tonight?
I mean, the thing the last couple of weeks, I was like, I just prepped my dinner. I was like, and then I like 1, 2 o'clock when I'm fucking high and bugged up. I was like, I just threw shit on the grill and I'm out back cooking.
Yeah. Dude, I'll do that too.
Yeah,
like
it's wild.
The late night.
Yeah. I'm back there in my fucking smoking robe, dancing to Stevie Wonder, frying goddamn lamb chops at 2 a.m.
Yeah, some gourmand shit. Yeah. That's
dude, if you get high enough, everything's gourmet.
Yeah, you're right. I can't deny that.
We got to send gummies to like those poor African kids. When they're eating like rancid hyena meat, they'll be like,
at least it goes down better. Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know what the fuck
I don't know. Whatever they can
still,
get.
I don't know if that's still a thing ever since.
Yeah.
Like, did they find out if it's when it's Christmas time yet, or do we just stop caring?
I don't know.
Like, that's the real question.
It is.
Because that was the whole thing. They didn't know it was Christmas, so we've had this whole fucking World Aid or Live Aid.
They got a lot of those motherfuckers to sing about
whatever the fuck.
Who? There's like 18 world celebrities on that track.
There was more, man.
Who was it? Yeah.
That concert itself was wild because it was it London and Philly were the 2 spots?
Yeah, like joint.
They did them like simultaneously. It was broadcast.
Yeah, man.
Who was the motherfucker who, I think it was Phil Collins. He was the one who he did both. He played in London and Philly the same day.
Oh, yeah.
They had like a whole private fucking jet thing. Like, he did one.
It was well facilitated. Yeah. It's not like it was like, wow, he swam all the way to the stage.
He didn't get in the Lindbergh plane. He wasn't flying
he ran
the Spirit of St. Louis across the Atlantic.
Motherfucker was fucking whisked away. And
he was the man back then. Fucking
yeah, of course. No, I love Phil Collins.
Yeah, he was such a big fucking star.
I also love Peter Gabriel, and I love Genesis. All that shit.
I was never super into him, but like
Gabriel,
always remembering all that shit on the radio back in the 80s.
Yeah. That's what my dad would play on the radio. So radio.
The car. That's all you had.
So it's what ELO.
Yep,
Queen.
Fun.
Yeah, that's what my dad. He had tapes of. Those dudes.
Never had the 8-track player. I was a little too young, but we always had tape decks in the car back then.
So my dad had my mother had a 67 Mustang, and my dad had a 69 Mustang Mach 1, and he fucking sold it for like $500 as a down payment on the house that I was born in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, man. You guys sacrificed you know what I mean?
Like I bought
like you were a cool guy for a second, and you gave that up to have me. What the fuck?
You gave up that fucking car that could have gotten you tons of pussy to fucking give birth to this fucking pussy.
Yeah, this is what happened. That's a good guy. God bless my dad.
I wouldn't trade in a big wheel to get you, but whatever.
Yeah, to each their own, right? You know, it's wild.
Yeah, the car I have now, I think's in 07. And I got it maybe 5-6 years ago. It was the first car I ever got that had a CD player in it. Yeah. Just as CDs were like no longer becoming a thing.
Yeah. Oh, right on the
I was like, look at this, a fucking actual CD. Not one I have to fucking plug in with a cord and open it. I was like, yeah. And then I was just like, these aren't a thing anymore. Yeah. Now we all listen to Spotify and podcasts. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. But as long as it goes up both ways, goes uphill both ways. I was there. Yeah. So, what else do you read? Like besides history, do you read?
I'm a comic book guy too.
Yeah.
That was one since the friggin' over 30 years. I've been nonstop with them.
Very few, but all the
X-Men cartoon in the 90s, if you remember that guy. The early 90s. Yep.
I know that's song.
That's literally what got me into it. Yeah.
Because
I think I was still like 6th grade, late elementary school. So all the kids would all watch and talk about it. And then we'd start getting like the trading cards. Look, I'll trade you a rogue for a gambit.
Yeah, remember the trading cards? I had so many. That was like the only trading card. Well, I did have baseball cards.
And then I would get like the 2 X-Men titles and the Wolverine, and I would still buy them from the grocery store spinner racks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Like those were it was like the 3 a month, and that's when I could talk my mom into buying me. It's
all you could get, man. I get it.
Yeah, then when I got my first job at 14 at McDonald's.
That was my first job too.
But it was the only place. I worked there for whatever because it was the only place that was hired 14 and 15-year-old kids.
Exactly. Yeah, and
I couldn't wait to fucking work, man. It was great. Fuck. Because when you're that kid who just grew up poor and you know what I mean, there was no allowance. It's like all of a sudden it's like, hey, you work 2 weeks, here's $70-$80. You're like,
yeah,
look, all the shit I can
what the fuck. Yeah,
I was like, I could buy any comic book I want. I could literally get any video game I want.
And I would totally go back in the freezer and eat cheeseburgers when I got hungry.
My god,
dude.
I was the best.
I was on the sandwich line.
Literally
Where did
just
you go?
I would literally just like
I could see you working the window.
Snacking on, and I was there for 2 years, so I did 2-3 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So at some point I did everything. Yeah.
Like on the sandwich line.
Yeah, eventually it was like when you were that young, you couldn't work in the kitchen. You could only work.
Right. I couldn't work the grill.
Yeah. Then eventually
slap the shit together.
Yeah, they had weird rules for it.
Yeah.
I could be the assembler.
Yeah, they don't want children burning.
I could microwave the shit, whatever the fuck they called it. But you couldn't work the actual. You could do the fucking boiling vats of grease with the fries.
Yeah. That's fucked up. Yeah, exactly. You can change the goddamn oil and boil yourself.
Dude, oh my God. Especially being a young kid, I was snacking on everything. I didn't give a I mean, part of the deal was like when you worked the whole day, it wasn't like
you did get a meal.
I did, yes.
But I'm saying I also smoked weed.
But I would also snack. I was smoking weed, but I was just
in the freezer. And
I'm 15 years old. I'm snacking on every McNugget when somebody's turning around. I'm like, sorry, McDonald's University. Sorry. I stole so many fucking nuggets. What are you gonna do, Ronald? You bitch. He ain't listening to it either.
You didn't pay me right either.
I don't know who the CEO of fucking McDonald's is, but you can suck my fucking dick before I pay for one of those stolen nuggets.
Yeah. And I will.
This is the hill I'm dying on. A hill of stolen nuggets. Motherfucker, you paid me $4.25.
Yeah, I know.
I actually worked the minimum wage.
Me too. That's the wildest shit. Because you took it. Because, I don't know. It's it was a job.
Yeah.
And it's free food too. Like at the time I was like, hell yeah. I'm like,
and I have no fucking bills whatsoever or anything I'm saving for, just wazoo money. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
No. Oh, then that's when like the comic book shit really, because like I could buy everything. I was just buying everything fucking Marvel, and then
Marvel.
I started getting everything, and I just sold all my comics.
Did you?
A couple years ago.
Like the big one,
because that was like a pandemic project. I had like 25 long boxes or so up in my attic.
Holy shit.
So I just brought them all down. Like we had a big empty room, and I just kind of went through and I made lists of everything. I kind of looked through them, and I made like a big Google Doc of like, here's all the runs. So, and I just, cause there's all the places, comic cash for comics, but I think So basically just like who I said all this is what I have to all these different. And it was I think it was like $900 for the 25.
Yeah,
and it was pretty consistent to that fucking every place. I'd sent some tons of places, and it was all close to that number. I was like, you're willing to come to my house with a truck and get it and hand me cash.
That's the best deal.
Yeah. I was like, because it's gonna. I don't want these things anymore. They're just get rid of them.
Come to me. Yeah.
I don't have the patience to go through them and fucking individually try and sell them. I was like, I just don't want these anymore. I'm never gonna look at them.
Yeah.
Because everything now, I just have the apps, man. They're great. The Marvel and DC,
Unlimited, like shit. Marvel Unlimited, you can watch.
Yeah, one's like
you can.
It's probably
read any
between $15-$20 a month. I pay for both,
and
then every single week the comics come out like they would if you went to the comic store, except they're like 3 months behind.
Right. Oh, is it? Yeah. Is that how they get you?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm still 3 months behind, but I don't pay attention to anything that's going on. So it's not like I'm.
Yeah.
There's any spoilers. I'm not
caught up to you is caught up to you.
Yeah. What's caught up to what's happening 3 months from now doesn't fucking concern me.
It's not in print?
Yeah, I'm not reading the previews and the interviews of what's coming up. So like that back, I think I stopped buying individual comics like 2008.
Yeah.
Because my comic store closed, there was nothing close. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to, so I'd like take a trip to like King of Prussia, which is a hike.
Uncanny. There's
it was one of those I went for a couple months. I was like, I'm going to finish these kind of like things that I'm reading. I'm just going to cap off runs. Like, okay, there's 2 more issues of this. So that, you know what I mean? Finish it. Then I just switched to trades and then, but I mean, I would spend $30 to $50 every single week at least.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
because it's it's just like after that's why I had so many of them.
But that's like in lieu of fucking just taking in Netflix,
and I don't I don't care
whatever Hulu, whatever.
Yeah, that's why I don't
reality care. TV.
And everyone's like,
TV. It's the same thing, dude.
Exactly,
it's the same thing. So.
And people are like, "Oh man, you spent all that money on comics, and that's why you got back."
You're reading stories that someone wrote. There's fucking if you're reading good shit, awesome fucking art. So. What is the difference between that and Netflix? Like, you know what I mean?
But it was, especially back in the day, because comics came out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I had that thing in the middle of the week that I was in. It's not like, oh, it's only Wednesday. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's comic book day. Then oh shit, now it's almost the weekend. You know what I mean? So it's that little thing in the middle of the week that I always look forward to. And
became part of your schedule.
It was part of my schedule, part of my routine. And coming in with a stack of comics, and then my brother would read them. It was like, yeah, what did we get this week? And there it is. And
and you can like, did you guys like split up shit? Like,
no, I just bought them and he read them. I would just,
it was one way. I didn't give one-way street.
Yeah.
I got you.
I was like, if you want to read them, they're right there. I don't care.
I see how it is.
I wasn't like anal where like I'm reading with like tweezers and plastic gloves. Don't smudge my Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Make sure you wash your hands.
Yeah, even when I got rid of them, I wasn't even mad that I didn't. I was like, I knew I wasn't ever going to get good money because they're not collectible anymore.
If you read them, if you read them.
But I was like, whatever. I was like, I enjoyed them, so I just don't need them anymore.
Somewhere in my parents' house, I have like the whole like Death of Superman.
Yeah, that shit's not worth a nickel.
Is it not?
Because everybody bought it.
But for me, like, I read it. So,
remember, if you remember Death of Superman.
It was a big, like, press
it was a
thing.
fucking
event. It was
bullshit.
And I appreciate it. It was bullshit.
But, like,
it was just to, like, Superman's
dead, mainstream attention and did
like, you know.
So everybody bought that shit, and everybody saved it thinking it was going to be.
I have the graphic novel, like,
nothing's,
And then they came out with, like, 4 other Supermen. Yeah, that's like when I got.
They're doing some of the stuff now on like the app because it's the 30th anniversary of it. Of the Death of Superman event.
Oh,
so that was 30 years ago. Yeah, so they're doing stuff now where they're doing like
just pretend
they're putting stuff like cool like remakes, not remakes, but just different stuff tied
like
into
mixing it up.
Yeah, just to tie into the anniversary because it's.
Yeah.
Because that was a big fucking like national news deal.
It was on the That's why, like, my mom, like, bought it for, like...
Yeah, and everyone thought it was going to be an investment. I was like, well, it's not an investment if everybody thinks it's an investment. That's why the old comics are worth more because nobody thought to save them. That's why. So anything in the 90s forward isn't worth shit.
My pops had...
So I knew that selling them. I was like, I was like, I'll be able to sell this as a bulk thing, but I'm not getting.
Dude. My dad's born in 47. He had Batman, like Detective Comics.
Yep.
Thrown away.
Yep.
Fuck it. So he's born in 47. So we got to assume like 50s, Dude.
Some of those comics, they sold millions of.
The mass, yeah.
Because before, that's you could buy them at a grocery store, and you could buy them on a spinner rack at a newsstand. Now, if you want a comic, you have to go to a comic store.
Yeah.
If you're going to a store, they're not just out and about like they used to be.
So it's about the saturation.
Yeah, they used to have the spinner racks at the fucking grocery store. The big metal spinners. They would just plop them the fucking.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, man, I haven't talked about this in ages. The Marvel cards.
Yeah, you should subscribe to the app, man. It's fun.
The Marvel, yeah. I should get back into it because I could find all the issues I had.
But it's
like go.
30, they have like a lot of the shit. They have the full. It's like 30-some thousand comics. You know what I mean? So they add stuff every week, and then it just piles up, and then they always add old stuff they find too. So I mean, it's.
Dude. Do you remember
it's such a fucking deal. Like I said, from what I paid.
Mid 90s, like we were talking about, we're similar in age. So it was like Marvel was doing they had a series like Marvel 2099.
Yeah, 2099. Yep.
Yeah. And there were a couple characters that featured in that.
I remember reading the X-Men one.
Yeah.
And then some of the
other, who the individual. They did. But that was like
Spider-Man was a big one.
Specifically cool.
The X-Men. They had a whole. They had the Doctor Doom. So
that one.
And that's one that they constantly revisit the 2099 universe and sometimes they'll bring the characters. They brought Spider-Man 2099 into the regular stuff, so they can.
And those issues would have like a fancy holographic.
That was the 90s. They had the hologram covers and those the rays
the artwork like drew
foil.
Me in.
They look like foil, and they were the indented covers and
the artwork.
Well, that was the thing because you would buy multiple copies of it. You're like, because this is going to be collectible.
Save one for the for the sleeve and the plastic and the backing.
Yeah, I had all the. I remember thinking I had all the X-Men. What was the series? The Fatal Attractions, where they had the hologram card on the cover. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Where that was the one where the story where Wolverine got his adamantium ripped off ripped out of his body by Magneto.
Somehow removed. Yeah.
Well, because he controls Magneto. They're like, well, why can't he just rip all the metal out of his body? And he fucking did. It was great.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. I'm the asshole.
I had all them, and then I was like, okay, this isn't worth shit. Yeah. These hologram cards are like, this is gonna be worth so much. Like, it's not worth nothing.
Oh man, Marvel was my shit.
I was a Marvel guy,
and then I got into honestly, as an adult, into what's his Frank the Joker, the Killing Joke,
Miller,
Frank Miller, yeah. Or V for Vendetta.
Yep. Or V for Vendetta is Alan Moore.
Alan Moore. Yes. No,
was Alan Moore the Killing Joke, or was that Frank Miller?
Alan Moore.
No, that was Alan Moore. Yes,
Alan Moore. That's who I'm talking about.
Frank Miller did the year one Batman. I got it.
They're right out there. I can prove it.
Yeah.
But like Alan Moore, I'm so sorry for fucking up the name, but that's who I am.
He's
that's my guy.
Wacky dude,
V for
man.
Vendetta.
Yeah, I've read that.
Fucking the Johnny Depp. What is it? Hell.
I liked the movie. That was one I couldn't. I did. The book itself was very.
It's fucking.
It's very just wordy. It's black and white. The art's not great. I just remember I remember trying to read it. I got a good, and then I did read the whole thing. I was just like, this didn't really tickle me.
I can't get through it.
I really liked. I loved League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That was
amazing.
The few of them.
But Alan Moore seems to be as a graphic novelist. My guy. As far as I've read. I'm not deep into it,
Yeah, he's just a fucking whack dude.
He's a beast. Yeah. He's kind of well,
he's the one. He doesn't
like a Hunter S. Thompson of
he refuses to have any part when they make movies.
Yeah, I've read he doesn't want to.
Yeah. He'll tell you, and I believe it. He's like, I've never seen these movies.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a part of them. Like when they made Watchmen, he's like, they're like, well.
And
what if we do it to money? Yeah. They're like, well, give it what's the artist's name in Watchmen? He said, I will sign it over to him. He can have all my money. that's due to me.
Yeah.
Neil, I forget.
Neil Gaiman? No,
Neil Gaiman,
no. That's a writer.
I forget.
Yeah.
I don't know him from anything else.
I have that book out there too, The Watchmen. Yeah.
Yeah, but like he signed all his. He's like he told the artist. He's like if you want to do it, that's fine. He's like I personally don't want to be, and I'm just like
I like that guy. I like.
Yeah, because they didn't touch Watchmen for decades. Like they didn't expand on it.
What was that? HBO? Did you watch the?
I did. That was fun for what it was.
So like. I think I
didn't understand what it was.
I watched the first one, so I was totally
confused. I didn't understand
confused.
that it was like a sequel to Watchmen with all the same characters decades later.
Also, yeah.
So it'd be one of those I'd like to rewatch because like I didn't realize what I was watching because like I was like okay, I've heard things.
Because a lot of people, if you're gonna call it Watchmen, just like that's what you going for the story.
But it's essentially that universe just decades after the fact.
There should have been like a subtitle or something. Yeah.
But again, that's me. I don't keep up with the news of what's in entertainment.
Yeah. I try not to. It follows.
But I remember enjoying that show. It was fun.
Yeah. I
remember seeing the movie and I was like, oh, this stinks. I shouldn't have even come to see it.
It was disappointing. It was disappointing.
It was one of those
it's like, not what it could have been.
It was one of those like, this is better as a comic and it should have just stayed that.
Fucking Dr. Manhattan.
Oh, yeah, but like I was saying, they didn't touch that comic, even though DC owned the rights for decades. And then it finally got to the point, like, look, Alan Moore's never coming back to this. He doesn't want to work. He's just, he is what he is. And like, let's just make one final offer. Like, hey, we'd love, if you want to do something, we'll give you first crack. Yeah. But if you don't, we're going to take this and we're going to make our own sequel. Right. We're going to do our own spinoffs. And and they did a whole series of one shots on all the characters, but like prequel one shots of them
in
comics. Yes, DC put out, or it was Vertigo, whatever. Yeah, but that was the first thing they did, and they got like all-star people, like all-star writers and all-star artists. So you don't need to like you went through them and like you would know the names. You'd be like
Return of the Hits.
It's Oh, it's who I don't even remember who the fuck they were. Yeah.
So is that like it was not for the listeners? This is just for Daddy. So is there like listeners. Is there a way like a Marvel Unlimited John like that for
the DC? Yes, DC Infinity.
Because I'm thinking, I get that one too. Vertigo, but also
DC.
It's all the same.
DC doesn't have all the Vertigo stuff up there, but if you're just into like the DC, like the
I can
Batman,
find that
Superman.
Shit, They have the same deal.
I think they're good. They're slowly putting some of it up.
Across the street for decades, right?
Yeah,
literally, right?
It's one of those we don't want to give all our stuff away on the app, but they're getting there, and
yeah. No, that's my shit.
Yeah, they're slowly starting to put some of the Sandman stuff and
Sandman.
there was.
I found it. I'll be honest. I found it through the show.
I have not seen the show. It's one of those shows I don't even want to watch. I'm like,
don't.
This is such
if you're a comic fan, don't. But I bought the comic.
Yeah.
I bought the book, like whatever, based on the show. Yeah.
I mean,
I watched it on the plane.
How many of them have you read?
Well, it's like I don't know.
Like the graphic novel, there's like
it's
13 of them, maybe, or 10. I think there's like 10 in the main series, and then they have.
I bought like Volume 1.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how many issues. But
if you're just talking about the trades, like the books, I think there's 10 of the regular.
I got you. Okay.
They've since added stuff, and they've had other.
And now I'm sure there's expanded universe. Yeah,
they still put out some of those characters they own, and they don't overdo it too much, but it's one of those like, why would we own this? Let's do something with it.
I watched.
Let somebody else take a crack at. You know what I mean? And
because
the Sandman books.
Go for it.
They have a great series called Lucifer that was spun out of the Sandman.
Oh, is that became a TV show?
That became kind quasi based off that. Yeah, where Lucifer. Right. Yeah, because that's.
I did not know.
Because in the Sandman series, spoiler.
Of course,
He goes to hell to confront Lucifer, and Lucifer basically quits hell.
She defeats.
And that's what the show is. He's like, he goes. Here's the key to hell. This isn't my problem anymore.
He beats her with wit.
Goes to her. Yeah. So they do a whole like 10 book fucking series.
In the
show,
she's depicted as a she.
But they do a cool. But it's spun off of Sandman.
But the show.
I've never watched the show.
It ended up on like fucking CW. Nobody did, probably.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Nobody watches that shit.
Like I said, I don't watch fucking TV anymore. I don't watch. The only stuff I watch is wrestling.
Yeah.
And a lot of that could be just background stuff. I could sit there and make fucking flyers and.
Yeah, and you watch UFC and shit. Like,
I haven't not anything recent. I used to watch it when it first came out. If you remember the mid '90s or early '90s.
Oh yeah.
When it was,
do you remember like
it was a one night fucking tournament with just 8 tough dudes, no weight limits, no rules.
Yeah.
And then like every time they did it, they would just add one rule subtly.
Guardrails.
Guardrails was the first one was no eye gouging.
No, I'm saying yeah.
No, it was still in the octagon. It was still the cage. So then it was like because UFC 1, then UFC 2 was no eye gouging. But then it was no eye. Then the third one was no eye gouging and no fish hooking. They would just add like
the balls were still free.
I think it took them a bit before they put that. Okay, no blatant punching dicks.
As a man, I would have put that in early. But
and then like because they would have alternates if somebody got hurt, and the alternates kept winning these tournaments because you can't tell people to fight 3 different fucking fights a night where they're hurt.
Are you fucking
especially
psycho?
when it was like they would show up as like you don't know
people
who they
running
are.
It were not the people.
Well, because it was
training or they didn't know about
they would
the health
just show up and
conditioning.
Like, they didn't know who they were fighting. They didn't know any styles.
No.
It was such the wild west.
Yeah.
And that was fucking. It went to Congress. They were trying to ban it. Remember?
I forgot.
That was a fucking
that.
John McCain.
And then
this
this
is like human cockfighting. We have to get rid of this.
Yeah. And then it became like a states' rights issue. Like you could only do it in fucking Utah.
It's like come on,
or not.
These guys are all fighters. They're all signing up for it.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Like you could only do it in Vegas. Yeah, at a certain
because
point,
in the first one was wild because it was
Utah, there's very little you could do.
Like the ref didn't even know what he was doing because they had Ken. You remember Ken Shamrock? And,
of course.
Hoist Gracie was the Brazilian boy who won a bunch.
Yes, the number one.
Yeah,
the first champion.
So Ken Shamrock didn't understand jiu-jitsu and all, so he gets him in there, and he where Hoist Gracie's on his back, and he gets his legs.
Fantastic.
The Gracie guard.
Yeah.
He chokes him out. Ken taps out.
That was like
they break it up, and the referee didn't understand what a tap out was. So like he taps out and like they both get up and like the ref's still like looking. I'm like, okay, let's go. So Hoist Gracie tries to put the hold back on, and Ken Shamrock goes, "No, I tapped out. You won. He won. Like he was an honorable dude. He wasn't going to act like the ref. Yeah. Just because the ref didn't know what a tap out was.
Yeah. They didn't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's
like common knowledge.
They're looking
but people didn't know what a tap out was back then until.
That's so crazy.
And
I remember illegally like downloading the torrents of the first like 5.
I had them on VHS. I had the first 15 or so.
You're a champ for that.
On VHS.
I had the torrent.
No, this is before fucking internet, man.
Yeah.
This is when I'm mid 90s. I have a job. I'm buying fucking tapes from the mall. I'm like, oh, this looks dope.
Hell yeah.
I had a sick fucking pro wrestling and UFC VHS collection.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
Because that's what you did on like Friday nights, like after TGIF.
What else, dude?
And Barbara Walters' ugly face came on. Tonight on 2020, these miners were chucked in a cave for 3 days.
Yes, we're going to get them out tonight. Horrible shit. Have a good weekend.
Then I was like, nope, party's over. Let's go back to my room and watch fucking wrestling.
I mean, why are you watching that shit on a Friday night to begin with, dude? That shit is depressing. Like, watch
TGIF?
No. Sorry, the Baba Waba.
Well, yeah, that's when party was over.
Why are you watching that on a Friday night?
Because that's how. Because
have a good weekend. Somebody got murdered.
Whatever the last show was, like step by step, and you're just like, this is great. Yeah. And then like it's over.
The Disney like.
And then all of a sudden, fucking Barbara Walters' face comes on.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm Baba Baba.
Tonight on 20, and you're like, and that was just like that was party's over.
Yeah.
Like TGIF is over.
Yeah. That's when I started smoking weed.
Yeah. I should have. You know, if you get high enough, the wrinkles on Barbara Walters' face actually disappear. You have to be outer space high, but
probably
they get
elsewhere too.
God, she's a fucking wretched twat.
2 more joints in there. Everywhere else. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Wait, did she die?
Yes, she has passed away. Rest in peace. She was a great journalist.
I forget if she died.
Easily.
But I was going to say, she's dead.
But she also created The View.
Which is also garbage.
Which is a reason
No, I'll say this about it. Her vision. No. Her vision of The View,
dude,
was a great idea for a show. But it has since morphed into
rest in peace, Barbara Walters.
Yeah, because the whole idea of it was like, hey, we're gonna actually have
fuck you, Barbara.
No, but the idea was like, let's have a political show for women where we show all these different points of views. That was the point of the
for sure.
And now 100%. It's literally just like let's tell housewives that they here's why you have to vote Democrat.
It's become so it's bastardized, homogenized, whatever.
Whatever your politics is, I was like, I just miss debate and actually conversation. Like, we've demonized that.
Like, I don't care where you're coming from anymore. Like, I love it. Fuck it. I don't care.
You should at least be able to talk about it. Exactly. We don't even do that anymore.
We've lost the point of being able to talk about shit. So.
Everyone's just like, well, I'm not going to talk with that person because they're a Nazi who rapes puppies.
Right.
And I'm not going to give the puppy raping Nazi a platform. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nobody's a Nazi. Yeah. Nobody's raping puppies.
That sounds
They just think
crazy.
Taxes should be lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The truth.
Like the stupid little things they want. And you're like.
The truth is much simpler than the bullshit you're probably thinking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nah.
Oh, fuck. But anyway, we'll get to the end of that story. Fuck you, Barbara Walters. You ain't listening to this shit either, you dead bitch.
Put that period on that sentence. And that is a great way to put that period on this sentence. Yo, thank you so much.
Hell fucking yeah, man.
Where do you want people to find you?
Just check out fucking Bar 13.
Yes.
Anywhere online where
I condone it.
I'm one of the main one of the producers there. I do most of my things there. You can always see what we got on there. But just Fenris, Fenris. It's fuck Fenris on Twitter. Might be that on Instagram. There's just you can find it. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'll throw it in the notes too.
If you want to check out some music, I'm on Spotify, iTunes, all that shit. You can find me.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, my last
You're gonna
album.
have to come back. Dude. Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah, you can look my last album up. I did a live album called "Leave Them Wanting Less."
Hell yeah.
I'm supposed to be hopefully recording another album this fall.
Oh, sick, dude!
In Texas,
I didn't even know.
I'm going to the Alamo and I'm going to do an album there.
That's amazing. Last stand. Last stand.
I'm doing a week. I'm doing a week in Texas. So
well, defend yourself.
Where I'm hanging out in Texas for a week.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to go to the Alamo and I'm going to play some songs and we're going to record it. And we're going to put an album out."
No, I had no idea we would have talked about that much more. But that just means you gotta come back.
That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. This is gonna be a guerrilla recording.
I love it. Please make it. Yeah.
But hey, just like the Alamo.
I can't wait to hear it. Now dude, I'm stoked. I know. Yeah. Thank you for coming on, dude.
Hell yeah, man. It was a good time.
That just means you're gonna have to come back when you're done that. And talk about that. You're fucking close by.
Yeah, we'll tell more neighbors. We'll tell more people to fuck off.
Yeah, fuck Dan
DePriel and fuck Barbara Walters.
Fuck all y'all hoes.
Put both those bitches in the ground where they belong.
Yeah. Jeez.
We'll dig an extra wide hole for Dan.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Dan. I love you, you fat bitch.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight I would like to introduce to you a man fresh off of his international tour of giving handjobs in Dave Matthews Band parking lots. A man single-handedly capable of triggering entire cultures. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage by shouting "Fuck Fenris" as loud as you possibly can on 3, 2, 1. Fuck Fenris!
No, here he comes with that stupid ukulele he can barely play. Singing too loud, pissing off the crowd. Why won't he just go away? Who keeps booking this asshole? Who keeps booking this idiot? Don't laugh at his stupid jokes. You're only going going to encourage him. Shitty lyrics and shitty music, sung by a piece of shit. Fuck this show and fuck this bar, but most of all, fuck Fenris.